All right. Now we're doing FreeCodeCamp Legacy Python for everybody, dictionaries and loops. This is the picture they chose. All right. Oh, and it's the last one of the chapter. Awesome. So we can go to the exercise after this. Let's get to it. Make sure you got your notes out. Oh, there they are. There that is. Yeah, they're right there. And let's go.
So now what we're going,
and let's push pause, and let's go back to the beginning, and let's see if we get to turn it down. No, that's fine. Counting words in text. Let's do that. All the way to the bottom. Counting words in text. Okay.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to switch from just looping through strings, but instead loop through files. And it's going to take a little bit of work because we have to open the file, and we'll bring a lot of things together at this point. So here here's a bunch of text from
Okay. Oh, so we don't need to read this.
From the book. And you can just split this into words and count and find out what the most common word is and how many times it occurs. So go ahead and try to do this for a second. Feel free to pause. Actually, don't bother pausing. This is too hard. We should write a program for this. It's not easy. Humans don't like this. It makes you concentrate.
You're right.
And so here is a counting pattern.
What a joker. That was a good one, actually. That one pardon me, that was a good one that time, Chuck. Counting pattern. Let's do this. Let's write that down. All right. Counting words in text. Why do we have this here? Counting words in text. I don't know why we have this written down. Why he wrote that down? But let's say nothing. We don't have to do anything. Let's say counting pattern. Counting pattern. All right. So let's get rid of this. Actually, counting words in text, because there were no words under it, other than those two crazy paragraphs. All right. So let's do this one. So counts equals new dictionary. So counts equals dict, like that. We're going to print enter a line of text. Okay. Is there a space there? Yeah, it's an input. It's a print. What? We'll do that anyway. Line. We'll say line equals input, and then we'll have an empty string in there. All right. So now let's do words equals line dot split. All right. And then we'll say print words, and then we'll also print out the line dot split, which we saved under words. Okay. And now we're going to do another print, and then we'll say counting, right? And then after that, we'll say for word in words, I like it like that. What we're going to do is counts at words, at word, now equals the get thing. Oops. Let's do this. Now equals that get method. So counts dot get. We'll look for word, and if there's no word, we'll do 0, and then we'll add 1 to it. Okay, which is that great thing that we learned yesterday. So we're gonna print, and then inside here we're gonna print out counts, and we'll print out the variable counts as well. All right, so why is this on the other side? Why is this over here? Oh, I'm gonna go crazy one day. I'm gonna go wild one day. One day I'm gonna go wild. This should have been on this side. Oh, that makes me so mad. Oh, okay, we're gonna have to do that. Whatever. All right. Give me just a second. All right, so we're here. We're here. Where's the whitest point? We're here. That makes me so mad. All right, the general pattern to count the words in a line, next line, of text is to split the line into words, then loop through the words and use a dictionary. We can fit 2 at the end of that. Let's do that. 2, yeah, we can do that. And then we're gonna say track. What? Where are we? Then loop through the words and use a dictionary to track. Okay, to track the count of each word independently. All right. What did that say? Okay, let's read it. The general pattern to count the words in a line of text is to split the line into words like we did right here. All right. Then loop through the words and use a dictionary to track the count of each word independently. Yeah, I guess that's the words for what this is. Whatever. Anyway, so this is cool. Let's go.
And where we're going to take a line, and then later we'll read this in a file. And so this is just an adaptation, improvement of the previous thing. So we're going to start with an empty dictionary. We're going to ask for a line of text and read it in. And then we're going to use split. So remember the list of words? Well, what we're going to get here is a list of words. We'll print it out, and we'll run this counting. This is the little loop. For every word in whatever this was, we're going to do this idiom of either adding a new entry or adding one to an existing entry, and then printing that out. So let's take a look at what we get there. So if we run this...
Oh, I'm dying over here. Hold on. I'm sorry. I was recording me laughing. I was just thinking about something so funny. A video premise that would be so funny and straight out of like a movie, like from 20 years ago. Oh, well, whatever. Anyway, so let's go. Let's keep going. I'm going to have to re-review this, but whatever.
Yes. We can give it some text, and I've got this will be all one line, and then it splits it into words, and you see that these words here are split, 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 split. I mean, that's strings and splits. Remember strings and lists.
We're not typing
and split. And so now the counting is going to go through this list. The clown ran after the, and it's going to build a histogram. The clown, one clown, the up, of these things are going to go up, right? That's this histogram. And then when it's all said and done, we end up with the histogram. And so counts is the dictionary that ends up with a histogram. And we can, by inspection, see, oh, the is the most common word. And there are 7 of those, right? So
jeez, come on.
We start out, we make a dictionary, we read in a line of text, the text goes in, and then we split that, and we print the words out. So these are the words, right? Then we have a for loop that's going to loop through all those things and then produce a dictionary. And when we print the dictionary out, that's what we're going to get. And the is 7.
Okay.
So that's
we have to write this crap down, but we're not going to write it down. We're not going to write down a billion words. That's incredibly pointless. So let's do this. Watch this. Let's do this. First off, we're going to write this down. No, we'll write this down first. Okay, cool. So that's what we'll do first. Do we already have that written? We certainly, actually certainly do. So watch this. Check this out. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Example. All right. and let's come down here and start it. And let's do this whole thing all over again. Let's just take this whole thing, copy it, paste it. All right, get rid of this stuff. All right, and then we will say something like this. Python word count.py. We'll call this word count.py. Word count.py. No, we don't need all that. Let's back this up. All right. So what this is going to do is we're going to have a string. Okay, so first we'll start like this. We'll say Python word. How about this? Let's do the chevrons thing. Python word count.py. Okay. And then after that, we'll come over here and we'll say, it'll say enter a line of text. Enter a line of text. And down here, we're going to enter we'll say testing 1 2 3. How about testing 1 2 3? That's good enough. All right, so now that we've got this, it's going to say, okay, it'll do words because of this one down here. Actually, let's do this. Check it out. Let's get this. Copy it. Let's paste it here. Let's get this. We should have done a Control X in that other one, but put it here. So that's also stupid. Let's put it here. Let's take this with a Control X and put this here. Okay. And then down here, we're going to do the lines.split, the line.split. So what that's going to be is testing 1 2 3 in a, okay, cool. So we're going to do, it's going to be, we're going to print out words right on this line. Okay, so let's do it like this. Let's bring this one down. Put this here. Let's get this one and put this here. And then let's put an arrow right here. Like this. And then let's put like 2 or 3 arrows. How about that? How about that? You like that? I like that. That's good enough. All right. So we've got that. And then we're doing the lines.split. And when we print it, we're going to print this out. Let's grab these. Drop them like this. Back it up like that. Let's grab this. Actually, let's do this one. Something like that. Anyway, you get the point. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have words, because we've got this right here, this words thing. We'll say words, and then we will have the list testing. We'll have the string testing. Let's format this too, since we're going to have 4 inside it. 1 2 2 3 4, and then we'll have testing in this first one. 1 2 3. Now let's get rid of this. And I think that's what we got over here. Something like that. Yes. What happened? Okay. Okay. So we've got that, and then it's going to print the word counting. All right. So let's do that with this. All right. And then let's say counting. And then for words, blah, 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 it's going to do print count. What do you mean, blah, blah, blah? We're trying to learn this. Hold on. Also, I don't have OBS up right now. All right, cool. So for word and words, all right, and words is the line dot split. So this is words. So for word and words, we're going to do count dot get either the word, or if the word's not there, we're going to say 0 plus 1. So testing. Oh, wait, we should have more than this. One. Let's put 1 2 1. How about that? That'll fix it. Although it's stupid looking, but whatever. So it's going to do this, and it's going to put in a histogram called counts. Where's counts at? Which we made the dictionary counts up here. So it's going to put in counts. Testing the first time. It's going to go testing. Okay, it's not in there. 0 plus 1. So now there's 1 in testing. Okay. And then 2, we're going to get, and then it's going to go through again. It's going to put 1 in there. And then it's going to go through the string 1. And then it's going to put the string 2. And then it's going to go add 1 to the 1 property or whatever it's called inside the histogram. Item. I don't know. I don't remember what we call them. So we've got that, and so it's going to end up looking like, okay, so we're going to print counts. So then after this is done and the histogram's made, we're going to say counts. So let's do this thing right here. Like that, but let's make it look, and then it'll say counting. No, it'll say counts. Does it need to have, yeah, just like that, counts, and then it'll have a space, the histogram with testing. All right, let's make the little format for this too. All right, it'll have 3 in there. We'll have testing. All right, so it'll have testing. And then after that, it'll be 1. Then this one will be 1, and it'll be 2. Maybe is that confusing? I don't know. Let's put testing red, blue, red. Red, blue, red. Okay, and then this one's going to say red in here. And this one's going to be blue in this one. And 1. All right, and that's basically what would happen if we did that. Maybe we should be doing this in VS Code. How about that? Let's do this in VS Code so we can actually see it happen. Let's do that. Let's make a new folder. Nice. I forgot I did this. I should start using this again. Anyway, let's make a new folder inside of here. Let's call it notes. No. Yeah, notes examples. Yeah, since it's here anyway, might as well. Notes examples, and let's also put AAA in front of it so it's in the beginning and not at the end of this thing. So AAA, notes examples. There we go. Notes. It's Python, right? So let's do it Python style. AAA notes examples. Okay, so we got that. Let's open it up. Let's make a new file and call it example. Not what's today's date? The 4th, right? So example 9424. And What are we putting here? 1. All right, cool. So let's do that .py. Boom. Awesome. So now let's put that thing that we made in there. All right, so let's grab this one since this one's a slight bit easier. All right, let's come over here, drop it. All right, let's get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this, and get rid of this. Is that what's wrong with this? Counts, print counts. Counts equals. Should we have all this over here? I mean, we're not making a function, so yeah, I guess it should be. Let's save it. Control S. Let's go and open this in the command line. Reveal in File Explorer. Let's say CMD. All right, let's do a tab. Let's say home. Let's write Python in front of it. Enter a line of text testing. Red, blue, red. A viola. Looky there. We made one, huh? How about that? How about that? Looks good. Looks just like it did. Maybe we could have just done this first and then taken all this, but whatever. Maybe next time. All right, so there we go. We proved ourselves into knowledge. So let's go further along in the video. Where are we? 1 minute 58 seconds. How long is this video so far? 22 minutes. Welcome to Codeman S World. Boom.
That's right. So if we sort of take a look at this, we start out, we make a dictionary, we read in a line of text, the text goes in, and then we split that and we print the words out. So these are the words, right? Then we have a for loop that's going to loop through all those things and then produce a dictionary. And when we print the dictionary out, that's what we're going to get. And the is 7. Okay? So that's one line of text.
There we go.
That's how you walk across the words in a line of text after you've split the line into separate words. So now we're going to look at ways that you can loop.
Okay, let's read this before we go into it. All right. I mean, let's write this down before we go into it. Here we go. And awesome. And let's go. Down here. That's fine. Let's type it out. Let's shorten this up actually first. Either way. Well, whatever. So let's write this down right on this line. What does this say? Definite loops and dictionaries. Definite loops and loopos. Loops and dictionaries. Okay. Even though, let's put this up here. Even though dictionaries are not stored in order, comma, we can write a for loop that goes through all the entries in a dictionary. Actually, it goes... Hold on. Let's drop this down here. Okay. Actually, it goes through all of the keys in the dictionary and looks up the values. What? What? All right, what? Even though dictionaries are not stored in order, okay, we know that. We can write a for loop that goes through all the entries in a dictionary. Actually, it goes through all the keys in the dictionary and looks up the values. All the keys. What? So it goes. Yeah, it would go through the keys, right? Of course, because that's how you access them, right? Of course. So yeah, it would go through the keys, and then we would print out the values by saying counts the name of the what is it, dictionary at the key, and that would give us the value. Okay, so let's type this stuff down. Counts equals, and then we're going to have the histogram, and then we'll say something like this. Why is it formatted like this? All right, whatever. So let's format it like this, and we're going to do the friends again. We're going to do our buddies. Let's say our buddies Joey, our buddies Chandler, and our buddy Ross. All right, and Joey's going to be 54. I don't remember what he was. Chandler's going to be rest in peace, and Ross is going to be 52. 56, 52. Who's older, Joey or Ross? I don't remember. And it's just something we can't care about right now. All right. If you see this, David Schwimmer or... man, I feel bad. I forgot what Joey's real name was. Matt LeBlanc. I think that's his name. I'm pretty sure. It's been a long time. Matt LeBlanc. Yeah, it's Matt LeBlanc. All right, cool. So those two guys. If you see this and the age is wrong, my bad. All right, here we go. For key in counts, we're going to say ... print key, comma, counts, and then we're going to have the key in there, and then we'll say ... and then what in the world is this? Anyway, so then it'll say what we have, Joey 54, and it'll do Chandler RIP, and then it'll do on the next line Ross 52, and that's it. That's what'll happen. Although I don't know why we're printing this stuff. Why we got this print thing, but whatever. Anyway, so we've got that, and let's go.
Loop through dictionaries. We just produced a loop that can build a dictionary, but now we're going to look at a dictionary. And so we'll start with a very, very simple example, and then we'll work to a slightly more complex example. So here's a dictionary, just the constant. Chuck is 1, Fred's 42, and Jan's 100. And so we're going to use a definite loop with the for key in counts. Now it doesn't have to mean key, but key is a good name because these are keys and values. K, V, K, V, keys and values. I just mentally think of this as keys and values and keys and values. So this iteration variable is going to walk the keys. It's not going to walk the values. It's going to walk the keys. Chuck, Fred, Jan.
Hold on a second. That's why we gotta format things the same way every time. Either have a space at the end or no space at the beginning. Let's go.
Not necessarily in that particular order. As you see, it goes Jan, Chuck, Fred, because just because I typed it in this order, it's not like a list. It doesn't stay in that order. It might move around a little bit as we add data to it or as we set the data up. And so you can, in the loop, you can get the key, and so that's what prints out the Jan, Chuck, Fred, but then you can also get the corresponding count for each one of these by just pulling it out of the array. Pulling it out of the dictionary, right? And so we can pull out the corresponding value, and so we print out Jan 100, Chuck 1, Fred 2, and that runs this loop 3 times. So if you just use the in and you give a dictionary here, remember all the different things we've been able to put there on the end of a for loop, and dictionary is another thing we can put on, and we get a list of keys. Now, there's a couple of methods that allow...
What is this? Retrieving lists of keys and values. All right, so let's do that. Let's do that. Actually, you know what? We're going to take a break right now because this is running. It's already 30 minutes. It's already been 30 minutes, and we're only at 4 minutes into the video. So yeah, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. So let's type all this stuff down. Retrieving lists of keys and values. Let's start with that. All right. So retrieve, is that how we spell it? Yep. Retrieving, what are the other words? Lists of keys and values. Okay. Lists of keys and values. Okay. So what we're going to say here is we can get a list of keys, values, or items, which is both, from a dictionary. All right. So let's type this out. We've got friends equals, what is this? Are you friends equals, and then we'll do this. All right, print list. We'll do here. Let me get this off the screen. We'll go over here and we'll do print list. Hold on. Print list. And then we're going to have list friends. All right, and what that'll print is this. Right here without the funky spaces. And it'll be a list too. So we'll do this. We will have an opening bracket here, a closing bracket here, and then we'll get rid of all this value information right here. So when we print the list, it's going to give us the list of keys. It gives us the list, a list of keys. Okay, and then we're going to come down here and we're going to say print. Oops. Print. Let's do this. Print this. Let's grab this. And it's going to be friends.keys. All right. Pardon me. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Bless me. All right. Hold on. Okay, there. Is that enough? Is that too many? Is that too many? Friends.keys. Yeah, that's what we would do. Okay, and then we're going to come down here, and it's going to be another set of these. It's going to be exactly the same as this, what I'm doing. It's going to be exactly the same as this. In fact, we could have probably got this. Also gives us, this also gives us a list of keys. This gives us a list of keys. This also gives us a list of keys. Okay. Oops. All right. And then we've got, let's do print friends keys. Let's grab this one. Should have grabbed the whole thing. We should have did this. And then did this. All right. So friends.keys, friends.values. Let's do that. All right. And that's going to give us hold on. Let's grab this. That's going to give us what do we have? 54 right here. We'll have the string rip. And then we'll have 52 here. There's that. What else do we got? And then let's print out the next one. So let's just grab both of these and sort of, oh, this, let's change this to this gives us a list of values. All right. And then we've got this one right here, which will give us the tuples. Oh. Let's grab this. Actually, which one do you want to grab? We're going to, okay, let's do this. Let's do the print. List. No, do we need list on these? No, we don't need list on these ones. Okay, cool. We don't need list on this one either. Okay, cool. We don't need list on this one either. Okay, cool. All right, so we'll say friends.items. Okay. And that's going to give us a list, and it's going to have all these in them. We'll grab these, put it in there, and we're going to put them in there here, and then we're going to do this. No, we're going to do this. Not that either. Not that either. Not that. Okay. Hold on. So it's going to do this, comma, 54. All right. Then we're going to have Chandler, comma, rip. And then we're going to have Ross, comma. All right, that. Yes. That looks about it. And it'll go in any order, honestly. So, yeah, it'll go in any order. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. So these will go in any order, not just the order that they're in. That is one chance that they will do that, but they'll go in any order. And then we'll call this. We'll say. This gives us a list of tuples. What's that? All right. Coming soon. What's that? All right. Oh, whatever. That's good enough. So let's listen to him talk about it. I said
us to get the keys, and so we have, we can say turn this into a list, and we get a list of the keys. So this is a dictionary, the same dictionary. We get a list of the keys. You can also get a list of the keys by using the keys method. So that's take this dictionary JJJ and give me all the keys, which gives me a list, which is kind of the same thing. And then we can ask for the values, and they give me just then the values extracted out of this dictionary. So that's nice. Now the one thing is that while I said you can't predict the order, if in two statements you ask for the keys and then the values, they at least come out in the same order, even though you can't necessarily predict the order that they come out. They come out in the same order. And then there is a third thing that we can do, and that is ask for the items. And we can say, give me the items. And that gives us a list. This is our first really kind of composite combined data structure, where it is a list, a 3-item list, 0, 1, 2, and inside that there is what are called two tuples. Jan maps to 100, Chuck maps to 1, Fred maps to 42. Coming up next, we're going to have a whole chapter on that, and so just take a look at that for the moment, and we will come back to that in some detail later.
Okay, we will. Okay, Well, bonus. All right. Let's type this down. I don't know if it's a real bonus or it's a trick bonus. All right, let's do this. Okay. I just had to make sure which line we're on. All right, so we're going to be typing down bonus 2 iteration variables. Okay. Bonus 2 iteration variables. Interesting. I wonder what this is about. Let's see. We loop through a key value pair. We loop through the key value pairs in a dictionary using 2 iteration variables. Okay. That's not how you spell it. Each iteration, the first variable is the key, and the second variable is the corresponding. Let's drop this down. Pardon me for doing that into the freaking microphone. Is the corresponding value for the key. Okay. So we loop through the key value pairs in a dictionary using 2 iteration variables. Each iteration, the first variable is the key, and the second variable is the corresponding value for the key. All right. So let's do that. We'll say the friends thing. So let's grab this. Yeah, okay. And then we'll say under here, we'll say for, oh my God, for key, we're not writing that A, B, B, whatever, value in friends.items. Remember this thing right here, which gives us these when we do friends.item. All right. And then we'll do like that, like that. Whoa. And we say print. We're going to say print key value. Okay. And then what's going to come out, we'll do it on this next line. So what's going to come out is going to be something like this stuff. No, this right here. What will come out is Jan space, no, not Jan. We've got Joey space 54. All right. Then on the next line will come out, what will come out of the next line? Oh, yeah. Chandler rip. And then we'll have on the next line Ross 52. Okay. And I don't know what this is. Other than this is saying that these are all going to be the keys. This is the key, right? Because this is the key here, the key from here. And then this is going to be the value right here. And I guess he's showing us it can be any word you want, but I'm going to use key and value unless otherwise told differently. Sure, why not? All right, let's go.
This whole items idea that gives us back a list of key value pairs, because it's not just a list of keys or a list of values, it's actually a list of key value pairs, allows us to write in Python a very clever and elegant loop. What we can do is actually, this items gives us back each item in the list has a key and a value, and we can actually take 2 iteration variables. For AA, comma BBB, this is 2 iteration variables. And if you're coming from another programming language, this is super cool, and it's a Python-only feature. I never have seen another language that's capable of doing something this simple and that elegantly. So what this basically does is says, we're going to simultaneously advance these two iteration variables. So this is going to be the key and the value, the k and the v. Key and the value is going to be Chuck 1, then they're both going to advance. Fred 42, Jan 100. And so that means in this simple loop, if we just print them out, we're going to get the key value pairs, of course in the order. And so it's sort of AAA and BBB simultaneously walk down these key value pairs. And so that's really pretty, and it makes for a very succinct loop. The syntax is a little sort of disquieting when you first see it, but it's a super elegant thing, and you just have to say items. If you don't say items, you just get the keys. If you say items, you get the key value pairs, and you have to have two iteration variables. If you don't have two iteration variables and use items, it'll complain and say, what are you doing? I'm giving you two things, and you don't have two variables to receive them. So two iteration variables and items are basically related. Now,
that's interesting. I think that we would have all kinds of things that we could do with that. Like here's something right here that we're going to do. These are hard to read colors, but whatever. We've got the name equals input, and then we're going to do enter file, right? Actually, we could write this down, huh? Let's type this down. Let's type down this example. Example. All right. And we're going to say, we'll start up here at the top, and then we'll go through and do something. All right. So we'll say name equals, and then we'll do input, and then we'll do an enter file. All right. With the space in it, because it looks better that way. All right. When it prints out, handle equals open name. All right. So we've got that. So now we've got counts equals new dictionary. And we'll say for line in handle. What are we doing? Words equals line dot split. All right. So we're going to split something. We're going to split whatever we get. And then we're going to say for word in words, we'll do count. Come on. Count word. Count at word equals counts dot get word 0 plus 1. So we're making that dictionary, and we're going to put whatever words in there so we can count them up and see which one, see how many words of each, how many of each words, you know what we're doing. We've been doing this today. All right, so now we're going to say big count equals none, equals capital none. All right. Big word equals none. All right. For word comma count in counts dot items. All right. We're going to say if big count big word, if big count is none, or count is greater than big count, we will say big word now equals the word, all right, and big count equals the count of the big word, right? And then we can come down here and say print big word, big count. Like that. Okay, so yeah, basically what this is doing, let's make it bigger. Actually, yeah, let's make it bigger. It's easier to read on this one, I think. All right. Just a little bit more. There we go. All right. And then let's put an enter. And then let's bring it down just a little bit more. All right, cool. So we've got name equals input enter file, right? So what it's going to do, first things first, let's do this thing. And then let's go. Let's do this. Let's do this right here. All right, let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to have, let's name this something too before we go crazy with it. Let's name this biggest count, biggest, most words. Let's say most words. Most words dot py. How about that? So we're going to call it first when we run most words dot py. Let's say most. Let's say Python most words dot py. Okay, so we're going to do that, and then we'll have here it'll say enter file. All right, enter file. Boop, just like that, and then we will type in there the file name, which, let's look at this, would be like words.py. Okay, so we'll say words.py. Words.py. Well, let's go up here. What was the one we used earlier? Wordcount.py. Wordcount.py. All right. Is that what it was? What am I doing? Word count, yeah. So it's wordcount.py. Okay. And then it'll say the number, it'll say the letter, pardon me, the thing with the most in it, like on this one, would be red too. So it'll print out red too. Yeah. So it'll print, because down here it'll print red because it's the biggest word in 2 right there. Red 2. Because it goes through one second. It goes through this. Let me bring this down. It'll go through this line of text. Let's do this. It'll go through this line of text right here, right? It'll split it up. Oh my goodness. Doing this on Notepad sucks, but it's better than nothing. All right, so we've got that, and then right here on this one, what it's going to do is it's going to do the words. It's going to do words line dot split. So that'll come out with the testing. Pardon me. It'll come out with this stuff up here. This is what'll come out, all right? And then for words in Word, we're going to do, we're going to put it inside of this dictionary. So that's going to come out like this. Like this right here. So now this for loop right here, okay, we have big count equals none. There's nothing in there yet. Big word equals none. So for word count in counts.items, right, counts is going to be this thing right here. What we're going to do is we're going to say if big count is none, all right, which it is right now, or big or count is bigger than big count, which is going to be the count, which is going to be either this one, or this one, all right? We'll say big word now equals whatever the word is, and the word's going to be whatever's in whatever the key is, and then count is going to be the value. Okay, we're going to have big count be the value. So first it's going to go through, it's going to check testing. Yes, testing, pardon me. Yes, big count is none, all right? So testing is going to go in as the word, and 1 is going to go in as the count. Then it's going to go through to red, all right? It says it goes through. Big count is now filled with something. Now it says, is count bigger than big count, okay? So 2 is 2 bigger than 1? Yes, it is. So now the word's going to be red, and the count's going to be 2. And then it'll go over here to blue, and the count's going to be 1, so it's not going to do anything because the count's lower than what the count was when we turned it to 2. What the count is since we turned it to 2. And now we're going to print big word and big count, which will print red and 2 like that. So let's look at him talk about it.
We're going to take a look. And this is code that I showed you perhaps many weeks ago about, I said this is a little story about how to read a file and count all the words in the file. And now we're back to it. And at this point, you should understand every single character of this program, every
Absolutely
single
do.
concept of the program.
Absolutely
you should
do.
literally stare at this and look at it, code it, play with it until you absolutely understand it.
We know
so
it.
let's take a look. Again, I showed you this weeks ago. So we're going to ask
That
for a
was
file
weeks
name.
ago.
Then we're going to open the file name. Then we're going to make an empty dictionary. Again, this is all stuff you've done before. And then we're going to have an iteration variable that's going to go through the lines in the file. Right? So line is going to go line, line, line. Then we are going to split that line, each line into words. Chop, 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 chop. So that's words is the list of the words in one line. We're inside of a loop that's going to go through all the lines. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have the word iteration iterate through each word in the line. And then what we're going to do is take each word in the line, and we're going to do this histogram. Right? So we're going to, this is going to run not only just for every line, but for every word in every line. So we have a nested loop for every line, then we split it, and then we go across the line. So it's almost like a typewriter where we go ding, ding, and that's what we're doing. Ding, ding, ding. So it's like the outer loop is going down, down, down the lines, and the inner loop is going across the words. And eventually we are going to see in this last line, every single word in the file. And we're going to do the counts get word plus 1, which is our magic histogram making line that, if you don't remember what that is,
No
go back
such
a
thing
couple
as
of slides.
magic.
I just talked about it. At this point in the code, and it's important to be able to draw these lines, at this point in the code, you have the histogram, and it's in the variable counts. Now,
True.
we want to find the largest one. Now we have written loops that can find the largest in a list, but now we want to find the largest value in the key value pairs of a dictionary. So we're going to start with we're going to know what the largest count is and the largest word has that count, and we're going to set them both to none because we're going to prime our loop. We have to prime our loop, and we're going to say to none. And so then we're going to write one of these cool things that says for word comma count. So word and count are going to go through the key value pairs because we've got items here. So it's going to go through the key value pairs, loop through each key value, whatever it was. There could be a million words in here. We're going to go through every one. And what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that big count is the current largest count we've seen so far. And if it's none, well, then we haven't seen anything, or the count we just read is greater than the big count so far, we are going to jump in, and this is sort of like, oh, this is a new personal best count for this particular data set. And so we're going to remember the word in big word, and we're going to remember the count in big count. So this is just a max loop. It's a maximum loop with the extra thing that we're recording in addition to what count is the largest, what the word that was associated with that count, recording it. So again, this is a starting part of the loop. We're going to do some work.
It's so hard to explain this stuff. Like, you see this guy's getting paid. He's got to be getting paid 6 figures. I mean, he's at a state university that's got a serious athletics program. So they've got a lot of revenue, right? So this guy's got to be getting paid 6 figures, okay? And then he can't even, like, what is this, right? And then this isn't much better, you know? But whatever.
And then when we exit the bottom of this, big word is going to be the word that is the most common, and big count is the number of times. And so if we run a file, we say, oh, in that file, 2 is the most common word, and it's 16 times. If we run the clown file, well, the is the most common word in 7. And so this now and this could have a very large file and give you the most common word. And so that is sort of a really good application of dictionaries. So
Hey, let's type our little summary out. And then we get to go and have some fun with the exercise, the chapter exercise. So let's type this out. Summary. All right, let's shorten this up a little bit. It's easier to see. What is a collection? A group of data types. Okay. What's next? Lists versus dictionaries. All right. Lists are in brackets and their orders, lists are in brackets, their orders never change. They are always in the same order. They are always in the same order. And they are accessed using indices. Index notation. There we go. While, and then we'll do this, dictionaries are in curly braces. Their order is random. They are accessed, and they are accessed using key value pairs. Key value pair notation. I think that's what it was called. Notation. Maybe not. It doesn't matter. Make it up as we go. It sounds good, right? Dictionary constants. What? I don't remember that. Let's go look at that. That's why we wrote down our notes, right? Dictionary constants. Let's go see what that is. I forgot. Where is it? Nope. 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 Come on. Hold on. We've got F. Look, control F. Constant. Let's go up. Find next. Dictionary constants. There's that one. All right. Dictionary literals constants. Okay. Dictionary literals use curly braces and have the list of key. Okay. So basically they're key value pairs. Okay. Awesome. Trying to trick us there for a minute. Dictionary constants. The key value pairs. All right. Let's do another one. What else do we got? The most common word. Using a for loop to, is it one for loop? I think it's a lot of. Using for loops and an if statement to create a histogram and choose the first word, choose the word that occurs the most in a document. Sure, why not? Using the get method. Okay. I forgot about that also. Where is get? I know we used it down here somewhere, but I forgot where. Where's the get method? Here it is. All right, so it'd be like variable equals counts.get name. Okay, so it would be like, let's do that. We would say variable dot counts variable equals counts dot get count variable dot get key or 0 plus 1, right? And that's going to creates a key or adds 1 to a key. Okay. What else do we got? Hashing, lack of order. Hashing and lack of order. All right, so let's look for hashing. Okay, we don't have anything like that in the notes. According to the find method. Oh, here's hash map. I don't think we ever went into anything called hashing. Let's go look that up real quick on
Dictionaries are the most powerful.
Chill. Let's look at what's hashing. In Python, what's hashing? What? We never went through this at all. What? 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 We didn't go over that. All right, we didn't go over that. Didn't cover. All right, there we go. All right, what's next? Writing at dictionary loops. We just went over that, sort of. Writing dictionary loops. All right, and that's just like this right here. Yeah. See last example. Okay. And what else do we got? This needs to not be there. Sneak peek tuples. We don't need to write that down. Sorting dictionaries. Sorting dictionaries. Sorting dictionaries. Didn't cover. I'm pretty sure we didn't cover sorting dictionaries either. No, it doesn't. It feels like we didn't cover that either. So that summary is missing a couple of things that we didn't really do. So whatever. It is what it is. Let's watch.
Well, they're the most powerful collection we've seen so far. It is good to see both lists and dictionaries to understand what collections are. They are things inside of Python that can handle more than one item inside of it, and we'll learn about another collection about tuples in a second. Just understand the get method, because that leads to very compact code. Understanding there are various ways to iterate through dictionaries, and so we've learned a lot. But in the next section, we will learn even more and put these together and do some sorting and do some other stuff, and really start to see the real power.
As usual, he just skips over the ones that he didn't talk about, and he's whatever. How typical
of dictionaries.
How typical, but it is what it is. You can't. Nothing's perfect. All right, so we're gonna be on to the exercise in the next video, and then we'll finish up the chapter in that video right there. So now we're on to exercises, and dictionaries in loop exercise, and we'll see you next time.